Okay. Hello everybody. Welcome to D1AL-ogue. Kidding. I'm guessing this is supposed to be like an interesting way of dialogue. This is a game where you're in a cyberpunk city and you're an android repair technician. And based on some of the store pictures, you repaired the lady androids. I don't think they show anything, so should be fine. Let's go ahead and start. Hello, Michelle. How are you doing over there? I seem to have gotten a bit used to life in Chroma City. Instead of the rising sun, I've started dividing my days by payment approvals and insufficient funds. The light monopolized by Sunshine Corp has replaced the sun, and most things are solved with price tags. I wish beer was the only thing I had to pay for. Right? The price of beer went up again recently. Everything is going up. Except for two things, the sun and my income. But Michelle, everything comes at a high price except for the value of labor. But I can find some stability at least while I'm working. When I drifted here after we parted ways, I thought my incompetence was the reason for our breakup. And that thought still weighs me down. I can't say things are completely different now. But here, at least while I'm holding on to my work, that weight lifts just for a moment. Regardless of how much I earn. For that time at least, I have the assurance that I won't collapse. The people I meet, the conversation we have, and what I've come to feel. I want to tell you about it. On the second floor of a commercial district, slightly away from the city center, repair clinic D1AL-ogue. A place where the outside noise recedes with just a few words of small talk. Don't criticize my naming skills, because in Chroma City, they give estimates for heartbreaks and charge for repairs. Okay. Interesting. Lame. Well, screw you, Michelle. I said the name is totally lame. And Chris, did you have a beer? What's with the sentimental nonsense this early in the morning? I was thinking about a customer from yesterday and couldn't help it. He came in saying his portable virtual chip was stuck. But maybe it activated during repairs, because he started running around the room like crazy, swinging a leather belt at me. Thanks to him, my dial equipment almost bit the dust too. That's because you have such a shady and lame name. Only customers fitting that description would show up. Huh. Don't tell me. You're talking about the oasis of Chroma City, bathed in neon light. D1AL-ogue Repair Clinic. A repair clinic is an all-around sanctuary that provides not just quick and accurate repairs, but also emotional stability through comfortable conversation. That shady name is exactly what EVEs, needing repairs, turn away and go somewhere else. Emotional stability for Eves that feel less like shady and more like creepy. Is that why you habitually make Eves wet themselves? What? To be precise, it's the act of discharging overheated coolant. What am I reading? Your phrasing is misleading. Same difference. What do you mean, same difference? You're probably the only one who describes it like that. Stop spouting nonsense so early and check your equipment already. You're not opening for business today. Oh wait, are you not opening for business today? You used to love stories like this. Even though you used to sing about wanting to become an Eve when you were little. Shut up. Seems like the hangover from yesterday's beer is pretty bad. And speaking of Eves, why don't you replace the outdated equipment in your repair clinic? Use a dial when deal is... Using a dial when deal is already out is disrespectful to them. What you're overlooking is that D1AL equipment is strictly specialized for diagnosis. The diagnostic performance was so good from the first generation that even with the 5th generation out, it hasn't improved dramatically. Then what's different? The main advancements are in unit synthesis, convenience in the synthesis process, overclocking synthesized parts, firmware modification, etc. However, I can make up for the Dial 1's lagging synthesis performance purely with the touch of my fingertips. That's actually kind of impressive. Crucially, if I upgrade to a newer generation, why? Is there an extra subscription fee? There would be no point in having registered the business as D1AL-ogue. You don't seem to get it. A little wit breathes vitality into a wary life, and also, seeing this strangely named repair clinic operating normally, I guess your skills really are unquestionable then. Should be a breeze if I suddenly test you with the standard D1AL, I think that's how you pronounce that, D1AL, practical level 1 mock maintenance, right? Practice repair. Proves Michelle wrong with your skills. Target moves 20. It's been a while since the last mock maintenance. Let's take it step by step. I'm gonna play the tutorial because I've never played this game before, so I don't know what I'm doing actually. Okay. You can check on the damage repairs on dial that need repair right now. Hover over the damaged part to see the required units. First, let's select. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4 layers and 6 indices. Each module can be moved by dragging it to swap places with adjacent modules up, down, left, right. I'm guessing I'm gonna... It's keyboard, I guess. Moving modules use the dial's battery. If you use up all of the battery, you can't move anymore. Okay. Oh wait. What am I supposed to? Battery. So. Oh. Right click while dragging a module. If you move modules to line 3 or more, then synthesize into a higher tier unit. No? Let's try synthesizing modules into a higher... Ooh. Yeah? I have no idea what I'm doing. Whoa, okay. If you synthesize modules a total of 10 times, the battery overcharges and increase max capacity. Okay. Click battery to proceed. See, you can check the current damage location and required units on the right panel. Okay. Hover your mouse over each damage location to see the required unit. Okay. Did that? No? Oh wait. Replace. Place the required unit on the damage spot, activates the replace button. Press it to swap the unit. Okay. Alright. So I'm gonna need a pink, blue, and a yellow on this one. This case requires multiple types of units. The info panel will show the color. Okay. So I need a yellow here, a blue here, and a pink here. Required units. Okay, so I need this red one over. Oh shoot, dang it. Nope. That there. Boop, boop. And replace. There we go. Now let's do the final step. The last damage part requires a high tier unit. Okay. You can click unit. You can check unit appearances by tier on the phone. Press tab. Okay. Go here. Here you can see the icons for each unit. Okay. And so I need this one. Special function. There's a gauge on the left. This gauge charges with the corresponding type when 4 or more modules are synthesized. March 4, March 5. Okay. When fully charged, click the gauge and then a module or unit of another type to convert it. Let's try charging a type. Okay. Reset. I have no idea what I'm trying to do. Power source acting as oh. No, I didn't mean to do that. Ah, there we go. Okay, satisfied now? That's really amazing. Honestly, I knew you ran a repair clinic, but I didn't know you were this skilled. It wouldn't let us deal equipment. It wouldn't be this fast for a level 1 mock maintenance. See you in a new light. This is nothing. If I wanted to attract Eve customers to this strangely named repair clinic of yours, Can't tolerate a single maintenance error. The first impressions are most important wherever you go. If you care so much about first impressions, why don't you erase that suspicious slogan on the front door? Besides, there needs to be comfort during the repair process for them to feel emotionally stable and open up. I just can't understand that creepy philosophy of yours. I should probably start opening up shop now. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Parts moved. I did 12 more than what was needed, but then again, I didn't know what I was doing. Fusion count, 13 repair time. I'm guessing this is in seconds. Customer comment finally done. Maybe it's because of the beard. Next. Welcome. This is the repair clinic D1AL-ogue. Hi, Chris. Ah, pray. What brings you here at this hour? What about your cafe shift? Are you watching the popular show airing these days? Buff Girl Aura? Oh, Aura? I think that's... Hi, Alex. This is D1AL-ogue, or D1AL-ogue. Basically a little Android repair game. What are you talking about all of a sudden? Are you watching it? I do watch it every week, but then this will be quick. In yesterday's episode, do you remember the scene where Ahura smashed Mrs. Blind with a magical pile driver? Ahura rarely gets pushed into a corner. So seeing her fight back with a double nosebleed and crush Blind's neck for a comeback was quite the twist in many ways. That's exactly it. What's exactly is it? What exactly are you trying to say? The villain showed up at our shop and they look like they just desperately need that pile driver. I knew you understand. I only understood that you have a difficult customer. Can you speak a bit more clearly? They say he's a bigwig from Sunshine Corp. He claims his mere visit is a favor to this crappy shop. When you said hi, Chris, I thought our Chris was in the chat. No, I'm guessing I'm playing a guy named Chris. So... And Prey here was saying hi. And threatened that he could turn off all the neon shines in this district with a single word. A different routine every day. I envy how today is unlike yesterday. Shut up. Anyway, thanks to that big shot, it's been nothing but new stability officer faces all morning. Those guys are hard to find when you actually need them, but they swarm like rats for this. I thought there was a terrorist attack or something. So that's what happened. What brings such a person to a backwater like this? I don't know the details, but it seems he came to negotiate with the manager of this commercial district. Something about increasing the neon shine subscription fees around here starting next month, and removing the free neon shine street lights. Controlling the light, his actions are just like Mrs. Blind. See, I brought up Buff Girl. See why I brought up Buff Girl? If Mrs. Blind has appeared in reality, then a magical pile driver isn't out of the question either. Can you go ahead and try it? It's way out of my expertise and job description, but I can mimic it. I knew it. I wanted to pour coffee on his face. But now I feel a bit better, right? And if you're really going to try it, be careful. The security is intense. You could get arrested just for keeping your hands in your pockets. Then again, today, my secret power will remain hidden. Where did you get it? This is if I recall, this is a free game on Steam. So yeah, that's where I got the game. Anyway, raising subscription fees is a pretty big deal. I was thinking about subscribing to a hologram figure for my lonely room. But with the increased fees, it'll be tight. Same here. Really? Eves are relatively free from LDS. So do you really need to subscribe to Neon Shine? It's only relatively free. If our condition worsens, data loss occurs, and we could have problems more serious than humans. Plus, I got someone to look after. You mean Remy? Remy is family. It's a cat. Does being a cat mean it can't be family? You better watch your words in front of our Remy. Prey showed her claws, adopting an aggressive cat-like stance. Please forgive me. I'll make an exception this time, because I'm generous. Anyway, if the subscription fee goes up, I'll have to give up on the item I was planning to buy. What were you thinking of getting? Buff Girl collaboration merch. They're doing a collaboration with the neural stimulation unit for Eves. They announced that pre-orders will start on the day the last episode airs. Really, Alex? You're gonna meow? The things people come up with. What do you mean the things they come up with? This collaboration product is amazing. They said when the empathy unit activates and overloads, it shakes your cognitive abilities, creating the illusion of transforming. It's basically another way of saying you must buy this. What on earth does that mean? And aren't the expression shakes cognitive abilities and illusions of transforming seriously suspicious? You're making a fuss over nothing. Besides, considering the chips you usually use, I don't think you're in the position to talk. What do you say? Those are legitimately released VR chips, you know? I don't even put them there for you to see. You just look at them on your own. I have no intention of respecting your taste, but if I may give you a piece of personal advice, in a repair clinic where Eves are the main customers, displaying chips with covers showing Eves and humans getting intimate. What? Doesn't seem like a very good choice. Okay. I just put frequently used items where they're easy to see. It's inevitable in a workshop with lots of tools. I feel like I just heard some terrible information. If you're lonely, why don't you find a lover? I'm sorry, but... Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, she at least apologized. It was as if she didn't want to hear it. Did she foresee what I was going to say? Hey, can I ask for a simple repair? I need to create an excuse to tell the boss. Sure, repairs are always welcome. Create an excuse for praise absence, 28 moves. Okay. All right. Okay, so I need this one and this one. Okay. There we go. Some of that up there. There we go. Uh-oh. I mean, that worked out. Okay. Don't you think the name Neon Shine is super tacky? Like a middle-aged man trying to look cool. I agree with that part. Sounds like a name where they change one syllable from neon sign. Yeah, I kind of felt like that's kind of what they were going for. Neon shine, neon sign. And celebrated themselves for being extremely witty. It's really a comedy that the person agreeing with that has a repair clinic with the name just as bad. It's not that bad. That was a quick fix. What exactly does the stimulation from the empathy unit feel like? I only learned about it in theory, but I was curious ever since. I've never felt it myself. Never felt empathy, dude? Most people don't. It's similar to humans. If humans feel it through muscle contraction, blood flow changes, and hormone secretions. For Eves, that's just replaced with the empathy unit. Stimulating this directly gives a quite pleasurable feeling. I don't want to know that. So, is it like an orgasm? Chris, just quiet. Shut up. Don't bring any of that up. It doesn't match exactly, but it's probably the closest thing. Then what about the collaboration merch you mentioned earlier? I was just curious about what it feels like to transform. They say power surges through you. Sure, whatever. Okay, so I need those. There we go. And done. Huzzah, I did it. All done. There were no major issues. Wow, my stiff back feels completely refreshed. Is this what it feels like when Ahura purifies her body with brief seed? What? Is it okay to mention my crude repair in the same breath as something so noble? Crude? You're too strict with yourself. No one around here can match your skills. Enough, pray. Save that talk for after you buy me a beer. You make a fuss even when I compliment you. What a personality. I noticed earlier your power unit was screaming again. Aren't you overworking yourself lately? Must be because a lot of zombies have been gathering in front of the shop lately. Is there zombies in this game? They practically set up camp there. Zombies? You mean flicker patients high on drugs? Usually they just stumble around spouting nonsense. No, those are blackouts. It's a state where even radical methods like electronic drugs can't prevent damage to the frontal lobe and neural network. You can consider their ego and personality data virtually destroyed. Lately, the media seem to just call them zombies instead of severe LDS patients. I've been here for a while, but I just thought they were drug addicts. Drug addicts are probably better off than them. Aren't they both equally in the gutter? At least junkies have their infinite love for drugs left. Blackouts are worse. Infinite love? Seeing them throw away family, lovers, and properties without hesitation, it's not the perfect expression. It's like, if it's not you, the world doesn't matter. Truly an impossible devotion. In contrast, blackouts are like empty shells, even with their desires gone. They wander around following the light by instinct, and when they find neon shine, they swarm like gnats and won't leave. Chasing light suggests they still have at least minimal desires left. If you saw them, you'd think I'm exactly right. They aren't moving to find light. It's the only stimulus left that they can react to. If they crawl around looking for light normally, maybe you'd be right. Of course, they would become something even more terrible. As I recall, the shop you work at has a floor-to-ceiling glass window on one side, right? And clearing away the gnats that gather there is one of my daily tasks. It's probably the cause of 80% of my power unit overloads. And the other 20% is because of the idiot removing streetlights? Exactly. Every day must be tough. It gives me a headache just thinking about how much tougher it's going to get. You know that happiness and unhappiness are influenced more by future events than the present. Wasn't that a study on human psychology? Humans and Eves are pretty much the same. You realize that statement conflicts heavily with your critique of my taste before the repair. I come back because I respect it. Oh. My head feels like exploding as it is. Do you have to make me say useless things? If you plan to keep wrecking me to rip off repair fees, you better be prepared. I'm sorry. Customer Prey Emery? Stop joking. I have to go now. Even a justified absence is a problem if it drags on. I don't want to get fired and become a zombie rubbing my face against a glass wall. By now the streetlight idiot should have left the shop too. You're sharp. Good sense as always. It was a pleasant conversation today, Prey. Me too. See you later, Chris. And she leaves out the door. It seems she spent more time than expected distracted by the chat. It's already time for lunch. Let's take a break. I got it done in 8 moves. Huh. That was pretty easy. Let's save that. Next. And Eve stood before me. Though there was no sound of the door opening. Despite her polite attitude and likable first impression, couldn't quite feel at ease. All DLS models are government-affiliated Eves, usually distinguishable by their department mark, but I couldn't see any mark on the Eve before me, nor was there any other way to confirm her affiliation. Of course, nothing official in Chroma City was particularly trustworthy, but I reacted unusually sensitively to that mark. Prey says I look at that mark with eyes of a sinner, which probably isn't polite behavior towards a customer. Before we start, excuse me, but may I ask what specific purpose you are specialized for? If it's military, private maintenance is illegal. Ah, her name's Orca. Ah, you wouldn't know since I'm not wearing protective gear on my day off. I'm an Orca O'Ahora from the Urban Recovery Agency of Chroma City. You can just call me Orca for short. Although designed for rescue and disaster recovery operations, I'm a model equipped with the multi-purpose functions like other Eves to reduce citizens' aversions. Rescue? You have quite an ordinary appearance for someone deployed to rough sites. In fact, it wasn't an ordinary appearance. Rescue specialized TNDLS models possess an appearance generally considered beautiful to reduce aversion. That's because we mostly rely on external equipment. The design direction of the model also has the motto universal fit. Unlike how it looks, there are many places to attach external equipment. This is for attaching the power exoskeleton during entry. This is for the instantaneous thrust engine and the tail part. It was quite embarrassing to watch her lift parts of her body here and there to introduce her model. Orca seemed unaware of it and chattered excitedly for several minutes. How is it? I understand very well that it's not military. Besides that, nothing. I was just trying to apologize for being rude earlier out of surprise. Of course, that wasn't it. Really, I didn't feel like that it was that rude. That's because kind people are rare towards government-affiliated Eves. If you thought I was similar to others, then that's normal. That makes sense. What kind of maintenance are you here for? I was recently assigned here, so I need to submit an inspection confirmation by tomorrow. There aren't any major problems, so it shouldn't take long. It looks that way, but you never know until you check. I'll boot up the maintenance console, so please wait a moment. Perhaps because everyone is prepared for Polar Night Day. It's an interesting name. The streets are intensely lively, aren't they? Polar Night Day, one of Chroma City's prides, and the pride of prides. A holiday unique to this city and a festival ground. I had even forgotten that it wasn't far off. It's a holiday unique to this city. Did you come for sightseeing before? You don't have to say if it's hard to talk about. No. A few years ago, I visited Chroma City due to a support request. It just happened to be Polar Night Day. There was a support request even to nearby cities. Yes, back then I was working in Luminance City, located south of Chroma City. It was complete chaos. The violence and confusion amidst the cheers of this festival were shocking even to me. A hologram panorama covering the sky, and below it explosions mixed with smoke. Must have been terrible. Yes, screams mixed with beautiful night views and hopeful musics are quite shocking. The show went on as if indifferent to the tragedy, and most of the crowd was too intoxicated by the festival to even know what was happening. The organizers who knew about the accident went along with it too. It was probably because of the budget. The hologram panorama, called Chromatic Zenith, is one of Chroma City's prides. They say it's for the citizens' sense of belonging, but they pour an astronomical budget into it because it's an event that generates huge tourism revenue. Too much money had already been poured in to cancel just because of an accident occurred. So it's about money. Excluding talk of budget and compensation, all that's left is Chroma our patients. Not that I like it, but it's the unavoidable reality. That's sad. I'm sorry. I unintentionally said something depressing. It's just reality. Nothing is as boring as realistic talk. Living day by day, where you like it or not, is reality. Even an interesting show gets boring if you watch it hundreds of times. So it's hard for a story of a day repeated thousands of times to be interesting. It's natural to be drawn to stories of vacation escapades or figures bought on impulse, rather than talk of neon shine subscription fees or utility bills. I can't accept it rationally, yet I can't help but empathize experientially. Most hobbies are, after all, escapes from ordinary daily life. That's why people go crazy for Polar Night Day. The tourists visiting from the other side of the globe to see the chromatic zenith. Because the coming tomorrow isn't enjoyable because they're tired of reality. And they close their eyes and ears and force themselves to shout that they are happy now, wanting to run away from pain. It's one of the human instincts. Oops, I sounded creaky like my dial equipment again. 0 points for a sales pitch, right? Sometimes creaking sounds make you feel alive, whether machine or human. But by any chance, are you doing maintenance with a first generation dial? Don't worry too much. I've safely repaired T and DLS models several times with this rugged friend. Why does the word safely sound so scary? Oh, the dial is ready. Shall we begin? Okay, 35 moves. Okay. Alright, so I need... Yeah, yellow's already here and here, but I'm going to... Okay. No, okay. So, boop. That, yes, that's big enough. Okay, and I just boop. That's okay. So I need that there. Okay, that one's already in place. So boop boop and fix. All right, I've completed the unit replacement for that part. How is it? Does it feel free to tell? Please feel free to tell me if there's any discomfort or awkwardness. No, it's much more comfortable than I thought. My worries before the maintenance were pointless. It actually feels smoother than the 5th generation dial. That's a relief. But should I say it tingles? It keeps throbbing. Please be a little gentler. This area is densely packed with neural elements. It's very sensitive. Oh dear. I'm clumsy because it's been a while since I maintained AT and DLS. I'll try to be as gentle as possible. Okay. Alright, so I just need the little ones, right? They're all little? Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's 1, 2, boop, 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 3. Okay, so now that I got all 3, so here, here, and here. There we go. That's not what I was trying to do. right? Oh, come on. Well, no. Huh? I'm not trying to do that. Okay. That's... Maybe if I'm... Okay. Can I get more yellows? Okay. So... It's kind of... Okay, this one's a bit more challenging. How can I... Okay. That goes... Okay. Okay. Okay, so whatever the last thing I do... Hold on. If I... Okay, so that does that. Okay. I need one more yellow. Okay, I got a yellow there. Okay. And... no! Was I supposed to be quicker? Can I... Okay. Okay, I probably gotta be quick with this one. Okay, so... Okay, so I got that in place. That's in place. Okay. How am I supposed to get those in place? Right? Because it's supposed to go here, here, and here. Am I supposed to, like... How do I keep them from, like, moving? Because... Because, yeah, it's supposed to be this little symbol here. Ow. Yeah, because that's supposed... Can I... Okay. I can do it one at a time. I'm gonna need more yellows. Okay. Bup, bup. Da, da. No, that goes there. Da, 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 da. Replace that. And replace that. Okay, there we go. I thought you kind of had to have them all before. All right. Each D1AL model has one unique organ, right? That's right, because each model specializes in a different purpose. I've often seen animal ears or reverse joint types, but this is my first time seeing a tail. The eaves of the Scarlet Response Unit under the Urban Recovery Agency to which I belong are all D1AL models. And we have a tail like, and we have tails like me. It's fascinating. Usually, what is this tail used for? In our cases, we mainly use it to clear broken debris or break down walls to enter. For something used for such rough purposes, didn't you say it was a sensitive part earlier? The external armor is a high-strength special alloy, so it's fine in the field. But when opened internally for maintenance, it's almost defenseless. Huh. I'm sorry. I'll be more careful to work delicately. Alright, just got this last one. Okay, and I need some yellows. 1, 2. Alright, there we go. There we go. I need a bit more yellow though. Not that's trying. There we go. That's no. There we go. Ta-da! I did it. It's taking a bit longer than I thought. Did you feel uncomfortable anywhere during the maintenance? Huh? You look like you're having a hard time. Ah, that. Is there a restroom here? It became urgent because it took longer than expected. Ah, the old restroom is inside the door on the left. Thank you, excuse me. Thank you, manager. The restroom is very clean. Hahaha. You don't have to be too embarrassed. Natural for Eves to periodically discharge coolant from inside the machine. Thank you. I apologize for the roughness during the maintenance. No. It's just because I'm particularly sensitive compared to the same model. Because he kept talking to me in between. Felt reassured at the end and it didn't hurt at all. And my body feels completely lighter too. I can endure this much for this level of effect. Orca started stretching her body here and there as if to show off. A careless Eve in a narrow space. As long as she doesn't bump into anything, it's not a bad view. Actually, I didn't do too much. Just replace a few neural units to suit the environment lacking photonic data. You mean because there's a lack of light? Exactly. Both human and Eves cannot live without sunlight. That's why subscribing to neon shine is practically essential in Chroma City. So that's why my colleagues ask if I subscribe to neon shine. Because unless it's chroma, you won't have problems due to lack of light. They said they made survival a paid service. Chroma claims it's the same logic as food being paid. Someday we might even get billed for breathing. Still, Eves are a bit better off. Humans can fall into depression if neon shine is cut off for just 2 days. They call it LDS, right? Correct. It stands for Light Deficiency Syndrome. So that's what it's called. Simply put, it's a disease caused by not receiving light. The body signal systems get tangled, and for Eves, noise accumulates in the photonic neural network. The depression and power drop you felt recently are probably due to this. My external equipment felt heavier than usual after coming to the city. It wasn't just my imagination. Body and mind are inseparable. Psychology inevitably changes according to the state of the body. It's funny for me and Eve to say this, but that's very mechanical. I think so too. But humans are similar. Just the difference between metal and flesh. Most psychiatric drugs treat psychological problems by regulating hormones, and the medical measure called defibrillation, gosh, I'm having a tough time speaking, is basically the same principle as rebooting a machine called a human. Moving by electrical signals and psychological and emotional judgments changing accordance to the hardware environment are also the same. Personally, I don't see any reason to distinguish between humans and Eves. If that philosophy created this repair shop, it's quite cool. Personal conversation is a core service to D1AL-ogue. Anyway, you said today was your first day off, right? That's right. I've been hectic with moving and dispatch calls for a few days, but finally it's a break. Actually, if there were no dispatches, I mostly get some downtime. Moving alone sounds terrible. I agree with that, but it's over. Do you have any recommended places for a change of mood? I recommend the cafe on the first floor of the building opposite. Ah, I saw it on the way here. The name started with 3? Ah, you mean Retro John. Retro? What was it? Retrojan. Its pronunciation is a bit odd. Ah, is it like Trojan from the Trojan horse? It's as unusual a name as this place. Right. I heard from the owner that it's a combination of retro and a Trojan virus. It reflects the ambition to infiltrate retro trends like a Trojan virus into this flashy high-tech city. Wow, hearing that, it sounds quite plausible. It's a retro concept cafe that's hard to find these days. And drinking the owner's hand-drip coffee is the joy of my life. A retro concept in this city? Interesting. And one more thing. Avoid places with too many people. In this season, scenes of people densely gather often lead to a side of them being taken away by the stability officers. Thanks for the advice, Chris. When the night gets too long, people tend to get sensitive. Even if they are stability officers. Thinking of the city's stability officers as police in other cities, that's a mistake. Still, there's no harm in being careful. I should quietly enjoy the festive year-end atmosphere by myself. Have a good time, Orca. Thank you. See you next time. It's already evening. I should call it a day. 37 moves. That was 2 over. Damn. Oh well. That's probably why she said that. Why she wasn't like kind of felt a bit off because I went over the move count. Save. Alright, it's dark and glooming all day again today. Now there's hardly any sunlight anymore. It's hard to even see a gray night. Thanks to that, my body feels even stiffer. If I stay still, I'll only feel more drained. So let's hurry it up and open shop. Can I click on other stuff? Okay. Are mom and dad saying they won't come to see me, or not see me, come to see the chromatic zenith again this year? Just like every year, yeah. What about you? Needless to say, me neither. Really don't get why no one goes. When we were kids, they used to drag us there every year when we said we didn't want to go. You know how many years ago that was? Mom and dad are getting old now, so it's hard for them to go to crowded and chaotic places. And I'm too far away to go, so if you want to go that badly, why not go with a girlfriend? You're picking a fight with me right now, aren't you? Look at your age, go outside and meet people. Even better if it's a woman. You can't stay up all night in your room drinking beer forever. The day I fall asleep rolling around in bed with a woman in this city, there's a high chance I won't open my eyes ever again the next day. And an article will pop up on the main news page. Victim, Chris J. Hayes, 22, found in a motel with organs harvested. The lack of confidence of yours is the problem, Chris. It's disgusting to say it myself, but objectively, you're decent looking. Bleh. Ugh, let's stop. So, if you want to see the chromatic zenith that much, just go alone. If I have to go alone, I won't go. Shouldn't I at least have someone to take my side if I get into a fight? Then, what are you going to do that day? I have no choice but to drown my polar night day in beer while watching Dokim's stream again this year. That's how I'll spend my polar night day. Stream my foot. You're planning to stay up all night with your beloved silicone, aren't you? Hey, how do you... Wait. You've never even been to my room. Hit the nail on the head. No, it's not that. Shut up. You're single too, probably sitting in a corner of your room alone. Hello, Chris. You look like you're in a good mood. Did you manage to get that action figure you wanted? Chris? Ah, Miss Leanne. I'm sorry. I was looking at something else. Could you wait just a moment? A pity. Wanted to share in your joy. You look good now, but that look you just had, the one you never show me. Okay. I'm guessing this conversation's done. Why is there more? Hey, how do I close out of that? Oh. It was such a pure smile. I'm envious, whoever they are. It's my younger sister. She's a funny kid who tries to tear me down every day. Ah, the one you often talk about. Miss Leanne took a deep breath and muttered quietly to herself. Well, if it's a younger sister, I can understand. In fact, I might even have to try to get close to her. So this one likes Chris, obviously. Anyway, what brings you here today? I remember you had your regular checkup recently. I had some business nearby, so I thought I'd drop by to see your face. I also stopped by thinking I might need to replace my processing unit as a bonus. That's funny. What is? When I first saw you, I thought you'd never come back. But now you visit even without a reason. I told you I came to replace my processing unit. You said it was a bonus. Didn't you come to check on me? I'll give you a quick checkup. Alright, you in. I came here to whine a bit. Okay, tell me. For a ridiculously shady repair clinic. Yet you've come back several times, so you must like it. There's a quiet, uncrowded comfort here. A quiet place and slightly cool air are good for getting sentimental. Thanks to that, I can completely let loose. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Saying I have no customers? Yes, it's a compliment. Since you say so, I'll take it as a compliment. What are you whining about today? Miss Leanne frowned as if just thinking about it was unpleasant. That's quite the look on your face. Oh, was I? Sorry, when the processing unit connected to emotional expression gets overloaded, my mood swings become severe and I can't hide them. I don't want to show you that look anymore. Can I get a maintenance first? It's possible, but how many moves? 40 moves. Okay, let's should lower that shirt a bit. Okay. All right. So, oh, you can actually see. Okay, let's go with this. So it's these three front ones. 1, 2. No, I wasn't trying to go up. Okay. Do. Okay, let's go ahead and put in those two. And there. Oh, that's neat. Okay, that. And done. Every time I visit here, you're on your phone with your sister. It's my routine right after opening for business. Picking a fight with my sister. I'd like to join that routine next time. You, Miss Leanne? I heard that in human society, it's polite to greet the other person's family before the main event. I don't know what main event you mean. But your emotion unit is overheating again. Big event. Okay. So. Okay, got that there. There we go. And then, okay, the middle one needs, there we go. Okay, so I'm probably going, and then, is it, okay, yeah, that makes a big one. And, okay, that matches. There we go. What do you think about the increasing romance between humans and Eves? For someone who's never been in a romantic relationship with a human, that's too abstract a question for me to answer. Really? Just that one word from you has completely tilted my opinion to the pro side. Miss Leanne, the temperature of your emotion unit is rising. Dangerous, so please calm down during maintenance. Okay, so I need that one there. Okay, so the top one is the other one. Okay. All right, I got 2 out of the 3 of them. Okay, so that goes there. That goes there. Okay, let me go ahead and just... There we go. And I probably did over the targeted amount. All right, the maintenance is done without any problems. Your maintenance today was exceptionally smooth. Oh, I must have did it under the target number then. That touch of yours, skillfully probing my secret corners and eating me without giving a chance to resist. Don't say it like that. Whose core other than mine have you caressed with such care? Oh, why are you saying that like that? Miss Leanne, the customers who visit this repair clinic are the entirety of my social interactions. But it's a blessing in disguise. What is? Thanks to a wonderful person like you visiting, it feels like even this bleak place has some life in it. Oh my. Saying something like that so suddenly makes me a little shy. The overload on your processing unit was more severe than I thought. You came to whine, but it was to the point of needing repairs. I thought it would be better once I relieved some stress. If I left the unit as it was, I figured I'd be seeing you soon for the same repair request. So I replaced it with a higher end unit. It hasn't been long since your last checkup. What happened to damage it so much? Hold on. That's what I'm about to tell you. You know, I worked at a pharmaceutical company, right? Of course. I've heard a lot about your life, Miss Leanne, every time I do repairs. Hi, Charles. Welcome to the stream. A new researcher joined the company recently. They say he's incredibly talented or something. The company went to great lengths to scout him, so I guess that could be true. The problem is that talent isn't everything. Exactly. He came in through connections, yet he has this attitude of looking down on existing researchers. Since he joined later, he thinks it's our duty to provide him with any project information he doesn't know. The management is completely impressed by his papers and research achievements. But my colleagues and I have no choice but to do as he asks. More work for you? That would have been a relief. The problem is his attitude. If he were apologetic and grateful, it would be different, but he takes it for granted. Even though we're doing work we don't have to do. No. I wonder if studying so much has fried part of his brain. A while ago, he said a colleague research looked interesting and asked if he could take over the project. It's almost turned into a shouting match, but our colleagues intervened and barely mediated. It's annoying, but thanks to him, we're free from management nagging, and we can buy time to improve the product's stability. Office politics feels a bit distant to me. Maybe for you. From my perspective, Miss Leanne, you don't seem much different from me. Aren't you talking about how hard it is to deal with office politics you don't even care about? I'd like to say no, but I have to agree because of what happened a few days ago. A few days ago? Yes. Half of my unit's overload problems probably started that day. We fought. You fought? It wasn't really a fight. I just laid him out. Oh. Wow. Okay. He disrespected our project. Said we were just wasting the budget by repeating clinical trials for years. He said the researchers' talents were being wasted, and asked if we had any intention of finishing this research and started a more promising project. And he said it to my face, the project leader. Should have realized when the management was blindly pushing for him. They couldn't win against us in a logical argument as non-experts. So it was a ploy to bring in another expert to break our resolve. That's pretty serious sabotage. Unfortunately for them, that Nepo hire's social skills are worse than imaginable. And he failed to change the team members' minds. You could even say we're more grown. You could even say we've grown closer. Some team members were even cheering me on and comforting me, even though I threw the first punch. Of course, I think I was in the wrong too. My feelings were complicated watching him call an ambulance by himself because no one else cared. It must have been the guilt that followed the satisfaction. I had to write a written explanation, and the project's chances of survival dropped even lower. I wondered what would have happened if I had just held it in. There's a mountain of work to do, but the thought of running away came first. I wanted to forget everything. Let's just rest. So I came to see you. And all I do is listen to you talk a little. That's enough. And thanks to you, I've already sorted out my thoughts. Is she gonna punch him again? Thanks to me? A place to hide whenever I want to run away. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. That's the goal of our project. After running away here to rest, I found the courage to push through. And it made me feel like that my project shouldn't end here. If the effect of just listening to a story, as you put it, is this great, our medicine will be great help to the world. Can I ask what kind of medicine it is? I'd love to tell you. Miss Leanne's eyes sparkled as if a favorite topic had come up. It's a relief to see her back to her usual self. Our research institute mainly focuses on drugs that suppress memory. It prevents the user from recalling specific memories. The primary goal is trauma suppression, though there's potential for misuse. It seems so. Right. That's why we're delaying its release. A similar drug already exists. There are more cases of side effects or misuse than proper use. Although the management recognizes this as a commercial success. Sticking to a proven product. Exactly. He made almost the same argument. His logic is that as long as it passes safety inspections and sells well, who cares how it's used? In reality, it causes almost no physical harm to the body itself. I take a few pills myself, but attitude is quite off-putting. No matter how well you know it, there's a limit to what an ordinary consumer, not an expert, can perceive. In fact, I don't even know the ingredients of the multivitamins I take. Since I hardly see the sun, I guess it must contain vitamin D. And, vitamin D. I have no idea. The drugs available on the market dull memories that are dramatically imprinted on the user. When you try to recall them, the recollection process is interrupted or blunt. It's similar to when you treat an Eve's photonic neural network. You can distance yourself from terribly painful memories, but you can also lose your dreams, sometimes even your family's faces or precious memories. In severe cases, you even forget that you're even taking a memory suppressant. It's practically amnesia. Our institute is creating a drug that accesses specific memories and paralyzes only that part. It can't be used universally, but we plan to market it separately from breakups or trauma. Or for breakups or trauma. If we succeed, it won't be misused for kidnapping or human trafficking under the name of amnesia drugs. Losing memory due to a drug. It comes back if you stop taking it, right? In theory, yes. But it seems there are cases where that's not true for the products on the market. That's also the fundamental reason for my long clinical trials. In Chroma City, there will be many people who need this drug. So frequent side effects are unacceptable. Although Chroma City is damn dark all day long, I'm not sure if there are that many patients who would want to suppress their own memories. The average patient doesn't seek a hospital until their condition worsens. I've even seen someone try to fix a paralyzed finger with stretching. Right, many people think of hospitals as a place to go for resurrection. But this drug is also aimed at delaying the neurological disorders caused by light deficiency, not just overcoming strong trauma. Blackout phenomenon. Do they call it zombies these days? That's what people usually call it, I hear. Right, the biggest cause of becoming a zombie is neurological disorder. Despite having no other problems besides light deficiency, extreme trauma accumulates due to nervous system issues. If this drug is completed, the number of zombies on the street will be reduced by more than half. Zombie perfection. We don't need zombie perfection. Zombie prevention in trauma care sounds good. The fact that there's a way to get memories back seems good too. It's a hot topic among my colleagues. The fact that memories return when you stop taking it has some people arguing that if it forces continuous purchases of the drug. They say we need to consider the consumer's financial situation. That makes sense, but... Oh, your opinion on my research. Miss Leanne's eyes widen. Does she think we've found a common interest? You can't run away forever. If you erase your memories every time things get tough, I feel like you'll end up with nothing left someday. Even today's Miss Leanne will go back to face reality tomorrow. You'll do your best to handle the accident and finish the project, right? Well, yes. There are times when you have to do something, but you just can't. Trauma is one of them. There's a hole in your heart. It needs to be filled, but it hurts too much. With the hole, it's impossible not to feel weak in both body and spirit. You need to step back and recover, but you can't because the hole is in your own body. I thought the medicine you're making was made for situations like that. That's right, it's very difficult to fix something that has collapsed from inside. Sometimes it's more important to get away from it and preserve your body and mind. I want the patients to be like you, Miss Leanne. A way to regain some energy and find the courage to face the world again. I mean, I hope they solve the problems they postponed with a mended, strong mind and body. Like today's Miss Leanne. As they said in a certain manga, right? There's no paradise in the place you escaped to. Since it's your medicine, Miss Leanne, I hope it turns out just as you wish. You little... She blushing? Why? I thought it was a pretty cool thing for me to say. Miss Leanne lunged at me. I believe she had no intention of harming me, but I couldn't stop myself from instinctively stepping back. Now that you said that, I'll be sure to protect the project. Okay, now let me go. I'm guessing she... yeah. Let me hug you a little longer. Just a little. Just a little. Miss Leanne, with teary eyes, left after making a wonderful vow and having a bit of a tantrum. She must have had her own pain, unrecognized by anyone. Look at the time. I should go to the cafe where Prey works for lunch. Ah, yes. I did do it under the target move. Dang cat. I'm in the middle of the stream. Quit jumping on me. Go ahead and save that. Tier 2 power unit, tier 2 power unit, tier 2 neural unit. Two of each. Quick. Sir? What are you staring at blankly for? Excuse me, customer. Are you by any chance in front of me right now? Can you only see the visible light spectrum? Yes, I haven't had the optic nerve digitalization procedure done. You're not even up to the basics of this city. In this fucked up neighborhood where it's night the moment you open your eyes, if you live seeing only visible light, you'll soon get the neurological disorder and become one of those drooling idiots out there. I subscribe to Neon Shine regularly, so I don't really need it. Oh dear. I have an idiot here who offers money to that damn corporation. You're either a foolish sucker brainwashed by the media, or a crazy bastard born with a silver spoon who thinks money grows on trees. I don't know what kind of life you're living, but I'm too law-abiding to live by your ways. I'm amazed someone with your head this far in the clouds is still in the city. It's a wonder you're walking around on your own 2 feet. What a crazy customer. Customer, please deactivate your optical camouflage. If you're not getting a repair, please leave. Brat. Are you suddenly recommending I deactivated my optical camouflage? To do a repair, I need to scan and replace the unit. But I can't see you at all, so I can't do a proper repair. Is that the only reason? You've got a knack for comedy. Why would you replace it? I can just swap it out myself. Swap it out yourself? Just as a person can't perform surgery on themselves by cutting open their own stomach and messing with their organs, an Eve also cannot open its core section to replace a unit by itself. Nothing in this impossible, brat. Why am I being called a brat? It's just popping the case, swapping the unit, and closing it again. If I make a small mistake in the process and cut the power, that's just where my life ends. That's a level of recklessness that leaves me speechless. I appreciate it if you just shut up and make the unit. Sir, as much as I'd love to just shut up and make it for you, as a manager, I also have to think about the reputation of my repair clinic. Even if I die without anyone knowing, no one will blame this place. Even if my head gets blown off by the corporation's summary executioner's bullet while walking down the street, everyone will think it's a natural death. How can I be sure of that? Blade Hamilton. Mention my name in the back alley 3 blocks from here and everyone will understand. So now, what you need to do is wipe that stupid look off your face and synthesize the units for me. This person is impossible to reason with. Understood, Mr. Blade. I'll make the units for you first. What units do you want exactly? I told you already. Tier 2 power unit, Tier 2 neural unit. Imprint it into your stupid head so you don't forget. Damn it. Please wait a moment. Okay. Target time? So I have like 100 seconds? It's not moves? Okay, so I'm gonna make this quick. Okay. Tier 2. So I'm... Okay. All right. Come on. Hurt. No. Come on. Okay, that should be a tier 2. Yeah, that's a tier 2. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now I just need one more of the red. Okay. So put this there, there, and there we go. Should have did that in more than enough time, I think. Thank you for waiting. Faster than I thought. The synthesized units are clean too. Despite your dumb first expression, you're more skilled than you look. Thanks for the compliment. Since I'm in a good mood, let me give you a piece of advice. You better erase that psychotherapy introduction on your door. The place I went to last week to get it on with a big breasted Eve had the same thing written on it. Okay. I appreciate the advice, but that's my clinic's identity. I don't think I can change it. Instead, if you deactivate your optical camouflage next time, let me repair you directly. You'll be able to properly experience the service. As long as you have that thing dangling between your legs, no service will be possible for me. Thanks anyway. Seems I didn't come for nothing. Take care, Mr. Blade. See you again next time. Don't count on it. I have a feeling I'm going to deal with him again. Because my skills are just that good. Dealing with insane customers is incredibly draining. I should close up for today and soothe my tired body and soul with a can of beer. Let's see, repair time. 66.3. Nice. Oh, we're dealing with prey again. I had a dream about being beaten by an invisible man. Once I couldn't see him, I couldn't fight back and just got beaten up. Not exactly a pleasant feeling. It's because of that customer from yesterday? Yeah, it's probably because of the customer yesterday and its camouflage. Oh, my only decent customer. I hope only decent customers come in today. Open for business. Optical camouflage? Can't believe that symbol of crime is being used so openly. Has that city completely given up on security? It's not so much that they gave up, but rather adapted. Most homes and shops have at least one infrared sensor for security. Even if they can't catch thermal optical camouflage, they can easily detect regular optical camouflage. Then what about the thermal optical camouflage? If you use that, the military intervenes instead of the Urban Stability Agency. So you need some serious guts to try it. Thanks to that, the citizens of Chroma City can rest easy and entrust their safety to infrared sensors. Living there sounds exhausting. I think hide and seek is part of the daily life. Because of that, life here is never boring. It's not boring, it's just troublesome. You have to endure minor inconveniences to be worthy of living in the city of miracles. Miracles my foot, it's just a neighborhood that's dark and gloomy all day. That's why the neon signs filling every corner look even more dazzling. The night of this street where humans, eaves, and neon signs mingle is more beautiful than any day elsewhere. I was so captivated by that sight that I dared to become independent here with just one old piece of equipment. It's probably not the night, but the eve filling the streets that captivated you. And what, independent? You make it sound cool, but did you wipe your hard drive or something? Seems like yesterday you were whining about not having money for food. Who was it that begged mom and dad to save him? I paid it back. With interest. Yeah. Looks like a customer's here. You're not sulking, are you? No, I'll hang out with you again tomorrow. He's sulking. Definitely sulking. I'm not sulking. I don't know how that laugh works. Pray, do you know you're laughing very evilly right now? Really? Normally I would have picked a fight and looked for something fun to do. Today I generously let it slide. Miss Prey, you're speaking as a professional. It looks like you need immediate maintenance. Eve neural network issues often accelerate over time. Need to start right away. As expected, your buzzkill reactions are the best for regaining my stability. Is something wrong? What do you mean by stability? Didn't you see the article yesterday? A high-ranking executive from Sunshine Corp was attacked and went missing on the outskirts of the city. That person was from a few days ago. Definitely. They haven't released the identity, but I doubt there's more than one executive visiting the outskirts at this time. Since Polar Night is just around the corner, with the city's biggest festival coming up, they wouldn't have enough leisure to obsess over trivial things like streetlights. Unless there's someone a bit weird. Her feelings about a nuisance, Prey's resentment seemed quite deep. Maybe there's something more she hasn't told me yet. Are you worried about a kidnapping happen nearby? It's not that. I'm not worried at all. But if I were scared of that, I would have run away to the next city a long time ago. Not a big deal. Continuous focus adjustment of the ocular sun lenses, irregular core pulsation. This is a common phenomenon when power is being diverted elsewhere. Right now, there's no noticeable physical activity or computational load. That means you're preparing for an emergency. These are typical signs of an anxiety or fear response, you know? What do you mean? What do you know? First class core section engineer, photonic neural network restoration specialist, Eve body maintenance technician certified. I'm an Eve management and inspection expert certified by Chroma City. And the person who opens up your body at least every week to check for problems. I hate it. What exactly does she hate? Don't talk about my condition as you please. The talk about raising the neon shine subscription fee is gone. And the starlight removal plan was scrapped too. Only good things are happening. I don't know what happened. But you can be honest with me at least. Cinderella helped. Because I left the post. Cinderella, already a famous dark hero in cyberspace, a figure whose existence is ambiguous, indeterminate, whether a group or an individual. Famous for assassinating key figures in corporations or drug cartels, and leaving a glass slipper conspicuously at the scene. His activities gain support from the impoverished, filled with fight, and mass-produce countless fans. But there had to be a sour side to his actions, connection with criminal groups that produced countless innocent victims, or actions suspected to be the means of eliminating political opponents of the ruling class were numerous. And people claiming to be Cinderella are pouring out endlessly. It seems there's a culture among fans that to treat all that as copycat crimes. Are you saying you can't be scared of a hero? Worry and fear are separate emotions. Even for experts, the risk of misdiagnosis is high without detailed analysis. It's just worry. Because copycat crimes using Cinderella's fame happen often. Right. What? Suddenly, this neural unit is connected to the sympathetic nervous system. The tension is immense, even with the light press. How much did you push yourself? It might be completely burnt out. It's not that bad. It's your habit to reward yourself when you're anxious, isn't it? Like figures or limited edition goods. Since your balance is empty, looks like you rewarded yourself in a different way. If we let tonight pass, it could be really dangerous, so we better replace it. Alright, target moves 30. Okay, let's see what's wrong with you, Prey. Looks like someone had too much fun yesterday. Seems D1AL has a problem due to an overload unit. First, let's check the repair area. What's that? As expected, there's an overload unit. Overload units destroy nearby module/units every certain number of turns. Active count 8. Turns remaining until overload are shown on the top right. Upon overload, 1 space left, right. Okay. So I gotta make sure I don't have that in line with any of the ones that I'm doing. The overload unit will be destroyed after undergoing overload 3 times. Let's repair while avoiding destruction of required units. Okay, so I need a tier 2 and a tier 1. So let's got tier, okay. Okay, that's not a good position I'm in. Okay, let's three. Okay. Let's see if we can okay, go ahead and just put that in. Okay. Did that so I wouldn't lose any of the ones that I need. Need a blue here and this here. There we go. You must have been very anxious. Is the condition very bad? Overvoltage flowed through the overloaded neural unit, enough to affect even the dial equipment. Just how hard did you simulate it? Well, I just suddenly got scared. I don't know what you're so worried about. But if you were this anxious, you should have just called me. Could have helped you directly by your side. Pervert. What? Just because I said I wanted to help? Dude. That's not what I... Okay, there we go. Okay, so I got the 2. Boop. Let me go ahead and... There we go. Ta-da! Did it without even letting it overload once. Does Cinderella pull that off with glass slippers every time? Pretty much. According to someone who watched the crime scene from quite close up, he did all that using just a glass slipper without any other weapons. So the glass slipper always left behind is actually the tool used for the crime? I guess so. I saw on SNS that there was a heel-shaped hole in the stability officer's forehead. That post was censored quickly, but the fountain of blood spurting from the forehead of an existence I always feared was so violent that I inadvertently started rooting for him after that. Their expression found is even more violent. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I just realized there's 2 overloads. Ooh, geez. Okay. Okay, so this one's safe. I do gotta move this one though. Okay. There we go. Right. Okay. Oh, I can do it. Ta-da! I did it. You don't have to keep doing all that. Is it already over? Yeah, fortunately. The surrounding units weren't badly deformed, so I only swapped out the nearly burnt neural unit. Thanks to that, the tense neural units seem to have calmed down. The dial was making weird noises. What kind of magic did you work? Don't mention it. Just because of the overvoltage flowing through the neural unit. The dial equipment almost broke several times during maintenance. I might be saying this because I don't know, but hearing roughly about it looks incredibly dangerous. And about your symptoms? It's not that big of a deal. It's a problem of repeated force updates of neural network, but it doesn't affect daily life. Except for the problem that some memories might be lost. You just need to restrain yourself from now on. Relax your face a bit. Seems like you have something to say too. Can you say it all with such a serious face? Huh. Forget it. For someone so dense, I can't hide anything from you. Professional certifications aren't just for show. But I wish you'd read the room a bit. Sometimes there are stories I don't want to tell. Cinderella was my idol. I was the #1 fan and shaken by controversies. But when an incident happened right here, and because of me, those things filled my head. What if something happened to our cute boss? What if the evil mechanic on the 2nd floor becomes a target? If something like that happened, I felt like I'd go crazy thinking it was my fault. I left a post on Cinderella help board, and the news came out less than half a day later. I was someone who followed him, treating controversies as gossip. But fear took over when people around me got involved. As far as I know, over 3,000 posts are written on that gallery every hour. I think you have an excessive sense of responsibility. Even if Cinderella really chooses targets looking at the board, the possibility of seeing your post is almost nil. You're probably right. Excessive responsibility. But once I fell into the mire, I couldn't realize that everything seemed to be my fault, and I worried about things that hadn't even happened yet. I completely drained my groaning all night while touching innocent neural units. Happiness is the best means to forget pain. Anyway, seeing the fine boss in you this morning just let out a hollow laugh. So that's why you came making naughty sounds. Naughty? You said I was evil. Seeing Prey back to her usual self, I also felt more relaxed after being tense. Sometimes it's better to just throw it up. Like when you have indigestion. What nonsense are you talking about all of a sudden? It means you don't have to hide just because it's immature or contradictory. Of course, you shouldn't always do that. It's wasteful to vomit food or drink, and it looks unsightly. But nothing beats it when you have indigestion. Venting to someone close enough can sometimes help you overcome it. It might make people hate you. I also find people who only talk about their hardships annoying. It's fine if it's not always, but only when it's hard. That's why I started this repair clinic in the first place. If you have anything left to say, it's better to just say it. Something I want to say? Alright. Prey cleared her throat. Then Chris, next Thursday is Polar Night Day. That day, Polar Night Day. Unlike the majority of people who are excited, I feel nothing but dryness. Seeing that even the shed in Prey has plans makes me feel like I'm the only one in Chroma City without memories of Polar Night Day. A day I'm strangely uninterested in. Perhaps it's because the happiness in my room overwhelms the noisy streets and lights. Is it okay? Huh? What? I was lost in thought for a moment. Sorry, could you say that again? Let's grab a meal together. It's a holiday. Really? Should be a peak season. We're aiming for a different peak season. The boss says Polar Night is everyone's peak season, so this is more profitable. In my opinion, it's clear she just wants to do Dojin activities. You mean about Buff Girl? The last episode airs next week. She's already busy preparing sugar crafts and cosplay costumes. Must be nice to have a Must be nice to have a boss with matching tastes. That's why I apply in the first place. The physical comic books proudly display on the cafe shelf were the trigger. Since it's a retro concept cafe, I suspected they just put anything there. But inside the box in the corner of the cafe, I saw a pile of handmade good stock. This person is real, and I knew it immediately. Take next week's cosplay event, for example. The boss is even more enthusiastic than I am. It's the best workplace, except for the fact that we work non-stop. Sounds fun, but also sounds like it'll be quite tough. Better than working during Polar Night. It's annoying to work when everyone else is resting. There are double the customers than usual. Plus, the power of Buff Girl is amazing. Speaking of which, I should get going. The boss is probably sweating bullets alone. Good luck with your work. You too. And clean your ears next time. What? Can't even hear what's said right in front of you. Oh yeah, because I was lost in thought. My ears are clean. Maybe it's because I haven't taken today's nutritional supplements yet. Anyway, don't do that next time. Good things come to those who listen. As she left, belated fatigue washed over me. I didn't know the difference in nutritional supplements would be this big. I should go cool my head. Oh wow, I barely made it under the amount. Save. Oh hey, Miss Leanne's coming back. Your face looks a bit redder than yesterday. Did you catch a cold? Thanks for worrying. Went out for a bit and it was chillier outside than I thought. I guess I should have worn a coat. Anyway, it's been a while since we've seen each other this often. Did the matter from last time go well? I actually came to talk about that. We went through all the necessary procedures, but it's unclear if I'll be disciplined. It's out of my hands. But I'm hopeful that the project's future... Remember the Nepo hire who was the management's trump card? He changed his mind and decided to help finish our project, as his ability is amazing. So we might succeed in manufacturing a safe drug within this month. That's amazing. And did that person get struck by lightning? Did that person get struck by lightning or something? No, he got hit in the face. He punched him. Suddenly helping you, Leanne. After meeting you yesterday, I sincerely apologized, Sam. And I asked him that this project is my dream. And that if not now, I might never be able to attempt it in my life. Do you know what he said then? He asked why didn't I say so earlier. He had been seeing us as being in cahoots with the management all this time. Does that make sense? Ending the project early according to the management's opinion was his job. Someone who doesn't give a single bit of attention if it's not in his interest. Because he's that kind of person. Still doesn't remember a single name of the people in the company. That's serious. It turns out he got into a huge debt distracted by his own research. And it seems the pharmaceutical company recruited him with research funding as bait. Essentially, he could be seen as similar to you, Leanne. Since he's a person chasing dreams. I don't want to admit it, that annoying attitude is still the same. It sometimes feels like working with a super intelligent orangutan. But it's right to admit what needs to be admitted. That's cool. Wanted to hear you say that. You're cool. Good. More. You're cool, Leanne. Leanne sighed with satisfaction and stared at me intently. Now tell me your story. Me? My job is to listen to stories. Because you keep dodging like that. Even though I visit so often, I know nothing about you. That might be why I'm curious, or maybe... Alright. And since we've been talking about dreams so far, I'll talk about that. Talking about the mysterious medicine you take whenever you can is also fine. I'm very interested in that too. Sorry to disappoint you, but that medicine is a supplement sent by my parents. I haven't even been taking it because I felt uneasy after our last conversation. What a boring answer. I thought it would be a greater secret. If you don't mind, you can check it yourself. Since I'm not taking it right now, wouldn't it be good to check it at the lab? If the ingredients are clarified, I can take it with the peace of mind. Leave it to me. Okay, she snatched the bottle and tucked it in her bosom. Could have just put it in her pocket. Leanne's clothes probably have plenty of pockets. I just said that. So, are you going to get an inspection? I will, but before that, it's a rare opportunity. Let's talk a bit more. How about it? Okay. Leanne grinned and adjusted her sitting posture. As if expressing interest, her face came twice as close. And a burdensome smile greeted me. I have a sister named Michelle. We were inseparable when we were young and still contact each other every day. Oh? You don't need to write it down. No, continue. When she was young, Michelle kept telling me she wanted to become an Eve. Because parts can be changed anytime, and they have many strengths compared to humans. Considering the long conflict between Eves and humans, I don't know how childish Michelle was back then. Sister-in-law is positive about Eves. What did you say? Huh? Nothing. Keep going. From some point, I wanted to make Michelle's dream come true. I don't have a clear memory. Maybe I wanted to be a good brother. Or maybe it was a goal I had on the side since my major overlapped. Time passed and I got all the technical certifications related to Eve. And naturally, it became more comfortable for me to communicate with Eves than people. My sister left for the other side of the world, and the dream of becoming an Eve has long been forgotten. I felt it last time too, but you cherish your sister more than I thought, don't you? I do cherish her. You do. Siblings, I know, are basically in a relationship where they try to kill each other if there were no loss. You are a severe case among several cases. Could be. I talk to Michelle every day, and I got this job because of Michelle. Sorting it out one by one, it's embarrassing to deny it. Habitual areas can be hard to perceive. Anyway, it's surprising. I never thought there would be someone you're that attached to. Attachment to my sister? Actually, the level of attachment is... Are you getting maintenance today? Huh? Suddenly? I don't recall. I don't really need to. But there's no need to refuse either. Gently, please. Leave it to me. Right. Gotta do it in 40 moves. Okay. Start up here. Need 2 of the tier 1. And go. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. There we go. Doot, doot. All right, I should have everything now. Okay, so there, this here, there, and nope. There we go. Done. A customer who came in earlier said this, that a terrorist called Cinderella is going around smashing corporate executives' heads with a glass slipper. I saw it on the news. The heel pierced cleanly through the frontal lobe. People think it's some kind of artistic judgment, but to me it's just the obsession of a terrible pervert psycho. Who cares? Thanks to that pervert, the company executives got scared and didn't come to work today. I'd even want to give them an achievement award. Okay. There we go. Okay, I believe that's a tier 2 red. Alright, I got all the ones I need now. That's in the right place. There we go. Ta-da! Have you been to the new synthetic whiskey bar nearby? The reviews are quite extreme. I have. The first taste was like disinfectant, and the aftertaste smelled like rusty rebar. It was a very honest taste of the slums. Is that a compliment? At least that cheap bar doesn't pretend to be a luxury. Even the $300 liquor sold in sophisticated lounges in the city center is just synthetic concentrated from the same factory mixed with flavoring. These days, I care more about who tricked me less than the taste. Okay. Pick up that. Okay, so I just... Alright, I got everything I need now, so... Okay, so this has to go here. This there. That there. Right? That, and that. Alright. There we go. Maintenance ends here. Actually, rather than maintenance, it was more like replacing perfectly fine parts and dusting off a bit. Not necessarily. Your maintenance today felt unusually rushed. Ah, was it very uncomfortable? I'm sorry. No, rather the unusual rough touch was a different kind of stimulation. Thanks to that, I felt like the stress accumulated from being pushed around lately was relieved. To the point where I almost lost my mind. I'll take that as a compliment. While I was organizing the equipment, Leanne had entered story mode again, and was waiting for me. My plan to distract her with maintenance seemed to have failed. I made the payment. And the piece of information as a tip. What is it? This year's Polar Night will be the biggest event ever, celebrating the 80th anniversary of Chroma City. They are secretly preparing an event of huge scale. More than now? The original scale was already huge. Correct. Besides, the power consumed by Chromatic Zenith is already borderline. But I heard it's going to be 3 times bigger this time. Where are they going to handle that much power from? So they plan to cut off power to the outskirts. No. Most citizens will be at the venue or sleeping anyway, so they judged it won't be a big issue. If it becomes controversial, they can just say it was a blackout. It's rational but cruel. What are people like me supposed to do? Might be good to try changing your constitution. Wake up your dormant extroversion. As an introvert, I don't want that. And walk the night streets watching the festival night view. The city with lights out is as quiet as your shop. And you don't have to worry about sweating in the crowds. Walking alone in the streets is scary. Both stability officers and terrorists are scary. If you're scared, maybe I could go with you. Well, even if it's not me, there's the option of walking with your sister. Unfortunately, Michelle isn't coming. You mean she's not coming to the Chroma City for Polar Night? Leaving her brother, whom she's attached to, behind? Or does she live that far away? First of all, we don't have an attachment relationship. Since Michelle and I have a lot in common, she might not be interested in Polar Night just like me. As for where she lives, I don't know. It's probably been 2 years since we talked about such trivial things. We're mostly busy teasing each other. Is that so? And about walking with you, Leanne, I'll consider my schedule. An acquaintance asked to have a meal. If that's around dinner time, it might be difficult. Oh, she does not look happy. Okay. Leanne, you have a scary look on your face. I'm not angry. I just have something to check. I'll be going now. See you later. I told you I'm not angry. Think about the walk and contact me. I'll be waiting. It took a lot of courage. Leanne hurried away as if she was really in a rush. She didn't receive any calls during our conversation. So did she suddenly remember a forgotten schedule? Her serious attitude bothered me. But the onrushing fatigue began to take away my mind even faster. I should close up earlier than usual today. That supplement, the effect was amazing. Oh hey, I did it in 21 moves. Nice. Alright, so I think I'm gonna end the stream here. So by the looks of it, Prey wants to go out for dinner and Leanne wants to go for a walk on Polar Night Day. Am I gonna have to choose which one I'm gonna be going with? I don't know. We'll have to see next time. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I hope you enjoy this little story thing. I'm enjoying it. I'm probably gonna continue this next time. All right. Bye, everybody.